Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Like always, thank you so much for tuning in again. Today I have an exciting video because I asked you guys on Instagram if you guys wanted to see the Too Faced Peaches and Cream collection or if you guys wanted to see the Too Faced and Candy Johnson collection. And I was so surprised that so many of you wanted to see the Peaches and Cream collection first. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And the Candy collection will be coming up later on this week just because I want to give you guys what you guys want to see first. So today I actually decided to do a video a little bit differently just because I've been doing like reviews and demos consecutively. So today I thought I would do a review, like a full in-depth review of all this product just because I've been using it almost every day since I bought the collection. So I really have my opinions on this and I'm really like opinionated about some of these products. So we're going to talk about them each and I'm going to talk about prices, how they last on my skin, and how they perform on me. So this is just going to be my personal experience with the products, and honestly, I mean, I was so excited when this collection came out. I know so many of you were too, and it's just stunning. And you guys know how I am about packaging, and it's like a beautiful, angelic, light peachy pink, and it's so stunning. Like even the boxes are absolutely beautiful. Like look at this, and like the packaging is like the cutest little things. I'm so excited that I have this here in front of me. The only thing that I will not be talking about are the lipsticks because I did not pick any up, and I think and the blushes that come in this little packaging because I didn't pick any of those up. But let's go on with the things that I have here in front of me. I used everything on my face today and I actually really like how it looks. I think it looks really nice. I created a very soft kind of half cut crease with the mauves and like the purples, and I think it came out great. Like I said, I have been using this, so I do have my opinions. So we're gonna start off with the palette. I'm sorry guys, if you hear heavy breathing, my dog is in here and he just refuses to get out, so gotta let him stay in here. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is the palette. So this is the packaging, the outer packaging, and this is the Too Faced Peaches and Cream Just Peachy Mattes. And the actual thing is so pretty. Like, okay, so this is what it looks like. And I'm sorry about the glare from my ring light, but this is what it looks like. And then it's just gold in the back, and then it has this little clasp, and you lift this up and it has a really, really nice big mirror that says Too Faced right there, and then you get your shadows. So you have all mattes in here, and it's so nice because they give you your light kind of like base colors, and then your neutrals, and then your purpley pinks, peaches, and your browns. So this is really nice for kind of an everyday, if you're more into like the mauves instead of like the basic browns. This is a really good option for you, and I think the palette is very, very beautiful. This is really going to complement any other palette that you have. Maybe you have a palette that's all shimmers, or you have another palette that maybe you want to incorporate some different kind of like more nudie pink mattes. This is definitely going to be a good palette. I personally like using this every day when I just need to throw something on really quick and I don't want to worry about like shimmers or anything, and it's very versatile. Like you can actually use this as a very smoky palette, or you can create something very light and like fresh. So I really like that it's very versatile, like I said, and it's just really nice. It's really nice packaging. It feels pretty heavy. So this is a nice palette that you can definitely travel with because it's going to be safe. And the palette retails for $45. I have it here on my phone, and I think that's a pretty good deal. I mean, I think it might be a little bit pricey because if I'm not mistaken, the Too Faced chocolate bar palettes are like $49, I think. So it might be a little bit pricey, but I feel like you really are paying for packaging because this packaging is stunning. And like I said, it feels very like luxurious and heavy. So overall, I really like the palette. What I will say, the only con about it is that it has a lot of fallout. So when I put my brush in it, there's a lot of fallout. Some of these lighter shades, like these right here, and then this one and this one, they are a little bit chalky, but not in a terrible, like unwearable way. They just feel a little bit drier and chalkier, and there's a lot more fallout with them. The other ones have some fallout, but they are actually okay. They don't feel chalky. They feel pretty smooth and pigmented. They're all pigmented. But if you're not into like fallout and kind of having to do your eyes before the rest of your face, you're probably not going to be the biggest fan of this. But as far as blendability and pigmentation, they're great. I don't find that any of them are like patchy or they don't like blend well. No, I feel like they blend out really easily. I don't have to work too hard at it. So I really like that about this palette. So I actually like this palette. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I think I would recommend it, especially if you don't, I don't know, like if you're more into mattes, this is going to be a nice palette. And it's an all year round palette just because I feel like you can incorporate these shades all year round. So I do really like this palette. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the bronzer, because everybody loves the bronzer. So we have the Sweet Pie Radiant Matte Bronzer, and this is what the box looks like. And like I said, guys, the box is absolutely stunning. I might have to keep the boxes because they're so beautiful. And this is the Sweetie Pie Bronzer, and I mean, look at this. It's so pretty. And like I said, it does have some nice weight behind it, just like the palette. I feel like it's really pretty. Again, it has a really big mirror, and then you get the actual product itself. Look at this. It's so pretty. You get your browns, and then you get a lighter brown, and then your pinks. And this palette retails for $30. And when you swatch it all together, it's a very light, like it's kind of like barely there. So I feel like the cons with this is probably not going to show up on everybody. Like you can see, it barely shows up on me. So this is kind of a bronzer that's going to be more suited for light to medium skin tones. I'm not sure if darker skin tones would like this just because of the undertone of the actual palette. And it retails for $30, like I said, and it is not matte. So what it is, it's like a satin finish, and it has a little bit of like a sheen to it. So what I actually did is, it wasn't really showing up on my skin on its own, so I did pair it with this guy right here, and it actually worked out well. Like you can actually see that my cheekbones are like contoured and bronzed. So I actually really like that. It gives you kind of like a lit from within glow, so you're not completely matte in your bronzer area. So I actually really like that. I think the pink pulls through quite a bit, so it is more pink tone than a more neutral or cool tone, so take that into consideration. But I actually really like this. I think the packaging is absolutely stunning. I think the design of the actual product is beautiful as well, so keep it into consideration. Definitely go ahead and swatch it in stores and see if it's going to complement your skin tone before you pick this up, just because I feel like it's going to be a little bit tricky to be a universal bronzer. But that is that. But other than that, I feel like it's not super crazy pigmented, or it's not like super hard to blend out. It does a really good job. It does a really good job at setting this guy here that we're going to talk about next. So I actually really like it. I feel like it's okay. Like it's something that maybe you don't need right now, but definitely play with it in stores and see if you like it. If you like it, you'll love it, and if not, you can give it a pass and pick up this guy. So this here is the Bronzed Peach. So this is the outside box, and it's exactly like the other boxes, and this is a melting powder bronzer. So what this is the packaging, and it's really cute. I feel like they have really cute packaging, and this is more plastic, so it doesn't feel as heavy as the other products, but you still get a mirror in here, but it's really small, so I don't think you're gonna use it. And this is what the actual product looks like. It says Too Faced, but since I've been using it, it kind of like rubbed away. And this is a cream to powder bronzer, and this retails for $30 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, $30. And it has a warmer undertone. So here it is swatched, and it's pretty pigmented, and like I said, it's not super hard to blend out, but you do have to use a more dense like kabuki brush to pick it up and actually apply it. I haven't applied it with my fingers, but I'm pretty sure you could do that, and with the beauty blender I'm pretty sure you could do that as well. But personally, I've been liking just a kabuki brush and then like buffing this in, and you can see it's a little bit more warm toned, so it's not going to complement like a lot of skin tones as well. So if you're fair to light, maybe this is going to be a tad bit too dark on you, but I think it's okay. Like I used it today and it was okay, and then on a couple days ago I used it and it just wasn't mixing well with my foundation. I had my L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation on, and for some reason it just did not want to mix, and it just looked muddy. So I guess there's days that it kind of doesn't work on some foundations and it does on other foundations. Like today I used it on top of the actual Peaches and Cream foundation, and it was absolutely fine. Like it blended out beautifully. It looks beautiful. So I guess play with it. Again, it's just one of those things that you have to play with, and the undertone is a personal preference. Honestly, I like mine a little bit warmer, more neutral to warm, and other people like it a little bit more cool. So it's completely up to you. It's personal opinion on this, but honestly I like this more than the other bronzer. I would pick this one up instead of the other one, just because I feel like there's more room to play with it, and it looks better in my opinion. It actually shows up, and I have a light to medium skin tone, so I actually really prefer this. You do have to set this just because it feels a little bit tacky to the touch if you don't, so definitely go ahead and set this with your favorite bronzer if you have it. And another thing is I apply that before I set my face, just because it is a cream to powder, so I didn't want to run the risk of like making a mess, because you all know that first you apply creams and then powders on top. You don't do a powder and then a cream on top, because it's going to look super cakey. So I went ahead and I applied that right after my foundation, and it looks great. I think it looks really good. I don't know why it wasn't mixing well with my Pro Glow, but other than that, it has mixed well with every other foundation that I have. So that's what I think about that. I think it's really nice. I would rather pick this one up than the other one that you can barely pick it up, like see it on my skin tone. So now let's talk about the highlighter. So it's the highlighter that I have on my face, and I think it's so pretty. It's not a super intense highlighter, but you could definitely build it up to be, and it's so pretty. So this is the box right here, and it's the Peach Frost Melting Powder. So again, it's just going to be like the bronzer, and this is a cream to powder. And what I did is I used a very dense highlighter brush. So I used a Morphe, I can't really find it right now, but it's just one of the denser highlighter brushes, and they're just more pointy, and I feel like it did a great job of picking up the product, because I went in with a regular just highlighter brush and it just did not want to pick up and transfer onto the face. I did it with my fingers, that works well. I used it with my beauty blender and that worked. So you definitely have more room to play with this. I feel like it's a little bit more user friendly, just because you could tap and it blends out so easily. So I really like this. I think it's beautiful. The shade is going to complement a lot of skin tones, just because it's not a super like champagne. It has a little bit more of a peachy gold to it. I think it's really stunning. Like, this is a swatch of it, and it doesn't look super reflective once you swatch it, but once it's on your face, it just kind of melts in and looks absolutely stunning. So that's what that looks like. It is a little bit lighter. So again, if you are a deeper skin tone, I'm not sure if you're gonna love this highlighter, just because it might look a little bit too light on you. But if you are light to medium, I think that you can get away with this nicely. Like, you can see, like, when the light hits it, it looks really pretty. Like, it looks very reflective. I actually love this. I think it's one of my favorite pieces in the collection. I truly think it's so beautiful. So I do highly recommend this. Go ahead, swatch it in stores, put it on your face. Like I said, it's really easy to like tap it out with your finger, so you're gonna really get to see how it looks in store. So definitely check this out. I love this. This is $30 and I just think it's so pretty. And then there are 6 shades of exactly the same cream to powder, but they're blushes. I personally didn't pick up any because I'm not a huge blush fan, so I didn't really want to spend $30 on all the shades on that part of the collection. But let me know if you like them. I know that they're probably good because I do really like the bronzer and the highlighter, so I'm pretty sure it's the same formula. They must be super easy to blend out, and I like that they included a lot of shades because that's going to complement a lot of different skin tones. So go ahead and check those out if you're really into blushes. But like I said, I'm not really into it, so I went ahead and passed, just like I passed on the lipsticks, because as much as I wanted it just for the packaging, the colors really weren't up my alley. As you guys know, I love a brown nude, and in this collection there's a lot of like pinks and peaches and like pinky peaches, so they're not really my favorite colors, so I decided to pass on those. But yeah, I do think they're actually very beautiful. I swatched them in the store and they're so opaque and like one swipe intensity, and they're matte. So I really like those. If those colors are up your alley, I suggest you guys pick some of those up. I think those are $30 as well. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I didn't pick them up. Let me double check the price. They're $21. So they're not a bad price. I think that's pretty good for a lipstick. Okay, now let's talk about something else that I hadn't originally picked up when I hauled all of this at Sephora. I actually had to go back a couple of days ago. So I haven't been playing with this as long as I've been playing with all the other products. But this is the Perfect Peach, and this is the translucent setting powder, and this is what it looks like. And honestly guys, I've been using this and I actually really like it. Like, I've heard so many people raving about this already, and for a good reason. This has a nice pinky peach undertone, so it's not super translucent, so it kind of brightens up the face as you apply it, and it does mattify the face. But you know, most powders mattify the face once you apply them, but this one actually helps keep your face matte throughout the day. I wore this with my Pro Glow, and that one makes me pretty dewy after a couple of hours, but when I put this on all over the T-zone, because I don't really set my entire face, just on the T-zone, it actually held up pretty well. I was actually surprised surprised that I didn't have to blot and powder my face throughout the day. So I really like this. I will continue to use this, but I love it so much already. Like, I know that this is going to be a staple and it's just going to be sitting on my vanity because I have been reaching for it since I got it. And like I said, it is so good at mattifying, and it also doesn't leave like a white cast on your face, which I really appreciate, because I did check it out and I did take a picture with flash and it didn't look like I was like a ghost. I didn't have like a white film over my face. So I actually really like that, and I think that has to do with the fact that it's not like transparent. It does have a little bit of peach and pink, so it does brighten up the face. And this retails for $32, which is right up the alley with all the other loose powders that we all know and love. So I think it's worth a shot if you're really into baking and using translucent like loose powders. You're definitely going to want to try this because I think it's so nice. This one definitely gets my stamp of approval because it's been a favorite, and I just got it like 4 days ago. So I really like that. Okay guys, 2 more things and we'll be done. So the first one is the foundation. So this is the Comfort Matte Foundation, and this is the Perfect Peach. So this is what the packaging looks like, and I love that they included a pump. I love packaging like this. I wish all foundation came like this just because it's so easy to use. You just pump out what you need. You're not wasting a ton of foundation, and it uses up all the foundations. Like, I really like this. And the color, whoa. The color that I picked up is light beige, and I think it just looks perfect. Like, it was a perfect match for me. I thought that I was going to be nude, but then that one was a little bit too dark. So this was perfect for me. I like this so much, and I wouldn't say that it's a matte foundation. Actually, I would call it a satin foundation, just because when you put it on, it does look a little bit dewy, but not like super dewy, and it's not matte, like completely matte. It actually gives you a little bit of like your skin but better, and I feel like it's a light to medium coverage. You can definitely build it up to like a fuller medium, but I don't think that this is like a full coverage foundation by any means. And I actually really like that, just because on warmer days you can put this on and it just makes your face look so radiant and fresh. And you can go ahead and pop some of this on your T-zone, the loose powder, on the areas that you know that you're gonna get oily, and it's gonna be perfect. Like, you're gonna look so good. I've been applying this with a beauty blender. I haven't really used brushes because you guys know that I don't like using brushes with my foundation, so I haven't really tried that out. I can't vouch for that, but with the beauty blender, it looks so good. It looks, like I said, like your skin. It just absorbs into the face and it just looks flawless and airbrushed. I love this so much, and this retails for $30, which honestly, $32, which is a great deal just because it's such a good formula, and it claims to be oil-free, 14-hour wear, it controls your oils, and it's photo friendly, so it's not going to give you like a weird looking like flashback kind of a thing. It looks really good. I really like this. I think that the color selection is pretty great, and overall, I don't know, like, definitely try this. Like, get a sample at Sephora because you're gonna love it and you're gonna be using it all the time, just because it's so comfortable on the face. Honestly, it doesn't feel like you have makeup on your face, and I actually really appreciate foundations like that. So I love this, and you should definitely pick this up. Okay, so the last thing I've actually been loving, guys, like, I don't know, like, this is, okay, let's talk about it. So this is the Peach Mist, and this is what this looks like, and this is $32, and this is the actual bottle. And it's really cute that it says Shake Me Baby right here. So you have to shake this up, and then you spray it, right? And this is what it looks like. It's a nice peach little, like, I don't know what you would call it, guys. Ugh. I'm having a brain fart. But okay, so you press on this, and then like you can see, like, it sprays out so like evenly. Like, it doesn't like spit at you, and it doesn't leave like big drops on your face. It kind of just gives you like a beautiful mist, and I love that so much. I hate when I apply a setting spray and it like drips on you everywhere, and it's like you just took a shower, and then you kind of have to go in and like fix it because it's gonna ruin your makeup if you just let it dry like that. This isn't it, and it smells pretty good. I don't know if I'm completely a fan of the smell because it's so sweet, and it definitely lingers for a while, but I love how it just like sprays out, and it's just so like a fine mist. I love this so much. As far as the mattifying, I honestly, I don't know. Like, I put this on before I got the powder and I still got pretty oily, like normal, just like in the T-zone but then it's been really hot in LA, so you definitely do have to try this on a day where it's not like extremely 112 degrees outside. But it's really nice. It smells good. The sprayer is absolutely amazing. It doesn't like spit at you. As far as the mattifying claims, I mean, I don't know. I have to play with it more because I don't feel like it's mattifying my face. I just feel like it does make the powders sink into your face so it doesn't look like you're super cakey. But as far as mattifying, I definitely have to play with that. I don't know about that claim, but I think it does a great job at setting your face. It makes my makeup last a very, very long time. And it's just really good. Like, the sprayer is nice. It's well made. I like the packaging. It smells good. So overall, I think it's really nice. I don't think I have any cons with this, except for I don't know if it mattifies my face. A lot of you were asking me and you were scared because you had dry skin, but honestly, I feel like maybe you should go for it. Especially on like summer days, you might want to spritz this on even though you have dry skin, because I don't feel like it dries out my face and I don't feel like it makes my face feel stiff or like lifeless. No, I feel like it brings in nice moisture and it doesn't like mess with my face in any way. And I have combination skin. I have dry and oily skin in certain areas, and I really don't feel like it's affecting me in any negative way. So definitely go ahead and play with that. But overall, that is the entire collection, guys. I hope you guys like this review. Like I said, I wanted to do something a little bit different just because I didn't want to do a demo. I actually wanted to sit here and talk about the products that were worth it. Some of them maybe you could pass on like I did, and some of them that maybe just didn't really work out for me. They might be absolutely stunning in packaging, but I don't think they're necessary, and I don't think it's worth spending $30 on them, especially if it's not going to show up on your skin tone. So definitely go ahead in stores and play with them. This is a permanent collection. It's not limited edition. So definitely do your research, play with it, see how you're gonna like it, how it's gonna work on your skin tone, get samples, try it in stores, really see if it's something that you're gonna love. There's some products in here that I've actually been loving and using every day, and others that maybe I could do without, and some that I actually passed on. So that's basically it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, leave them in the comment section down below and I'll make sure to get to you. And if you bought this collection, let me know what you think. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What products did you love? Which ones did you leave? Which ones didn't you pick up? I'm dying to know because you guys are so into this collection. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye!